Alrighty, so from that child's pose or your seated meditation, you're going to bring yourself into a seat in the middle of the mat, and you're just going to take the soles of the feet together here into a butterfly set, knees coming out, and then allow those shoulders to align to the hips as best as you can. You could always take a block underneath the hips if the knees are quite high, just so it's a little more comfortable. We're going to be here for a bit, okay? So we're going to start with fluttering the knees. So you're just going to bounce them up and down. Try to keep your breath in and out of the nose. We're really going to focus on trying to get into that length through the lumbar spine. So we're just going to create a little bit of movement first in through that ball and socket joint. That index middle finger can stay wrapped around the big toe. You could hold on to the foot or the ankle, wherever it is that you can reach. Just work on doing your best to straighten out the back, trying to keep that chest lifted through the opening of the biceps and maintaining your posture. Okay, taking 2 more breaths as you continue to flutter through the knees. And then as you find stillness, chin to the chest, pull the belly in and round through your spine. About 30 seconds here, hinging the upper body forward a little bit. Really working on the flexibility through your core, shoulders up to the earlobes on an inhale. And as you exhale your shoulders down, see if you could go just a little further forward. And with the head coming up last, as you roll up the spine, second set, come back to fluttering the knees. You could keep your eyes focused on something. Try not to look at your phone right now, not that kind of focus. Just really be present in whatever it is that your body is experiencing right now. You can close your eyes as well. If you're trained, you could add a breathing technique, Kapalabhati here. Every time the knees drop down, you take an exhale. Otherwise, you're just naturally breathing. And just a few more breaths. Good. As the knees come to a still point, chin to the chest, once again, you're rounding forward. And this is a little more passive. So try not to be pulling yourself down. Just try to let gravity do the work. And also really allowing the body, when it's ready, to come deeper into sed. Okay, just a few more breaths. Head comes up last with helping hands as you bring yourself back to a seated. You're going to slightly lean back and then cradle your baby. So what that means is you're going to take the right foot into the crease of the left elbow, and you're going to take the right knee into the crease of the right elbow, Do your best to sit somewhat straight. Depending on flexibility, this might be a little tough, but then you're just going to slowly rock that right leg. Try to keep your shoulders square. You could be soft and gentle. You could be a little bit more rigorous. It's really entirely up to you and how your body feels, but we're just doing one round of this on each side. So about 20 more seconds. Continue to rock that leg back and forth. Okay, as you slowly come to stillness, you're not going to let go of that leg yet. You're going to reach the left foot forward with a slight bent knee, and then you're just going to simply place the right foot ankle area just below the left kneecap. From there, reach the arms back, lifting up through the chest, and then step that left foot a little closer in toward the left glute, and then get into that opening and that stretch. It's getting a bit into the lower back. You'll feel it right through the backside of the right glute coming down toward the IT band and hamstring. And then maybe with time, you could push through those fingertips so the upper body will zip up toward the legs. Okay, you're here for a few breaths. Okay, listen up. Heel, toe, your left foot a little bit more to the right side of your mat. And you're going to just slightly angle and drop the right foot down while maintaining that stretch and get into a twist. So twisting toward the right, looking past your right shoulder. If you're like Angelica, it is not there today. That's okay. You could extend your left leg and come into a twist like this. If the right foot is unable to come onto the outstep of the foot, the knee, then you're just going to plant that right foot just on the instep beside the leg, and then continue to get into that twist. So whatever posture you're in, whatever it may look like, inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. You've got about 4 to 5 more breaths. Beautiful. And then release. Slowly bring that right leg into position. So when you can come into cradling the left side, you have somewhat of a balanced base and foundation. And then you're starting to come back into that rocking motion. Good. Here for just a few more breaths. Continue to rock about 15 seconds. Beautiful. You're going to extend that right leg out, gently planting the ankle just below your right knee, and then leaning back. Stepping that right foot a little closer toward the glute line, lengthening up through the chest, grounding your shoulders. Maybe walk the palms closer toward the glute, so you can be sitting up nice and tall and getting into that nice desired stretch. Breathing deeply into those areas that feel tight, restricted. Good, just a few more breaths. And getting ready for your twist. So heel toe, the right foot to the left side of your mat to create some space to angle drop the legs down. You're twisting right through the belly button, holding on to that left leg with the right arm. Inhale, lengthening, and then exhale, twisting from your spine. If you took that modified set, that right leg is extending to the top of the mat. Then you're twisting toward the left inner thigh, getting into that lumbar release and working on the flexibility in through the cord. Good, you're here for just a few more breaths. Good, gently unbind, reaching both legs toward the top of the mat, walk the flesh and the muscle back. You're going to pulse the upper body toward straight legs. And then from there, either as you are, lower down onto the back, or you can turn like I am. It depends really on maybe where the camera is, that being your laptop. And you're going to lower down onto the back. Come into hugging the knees into the chest, and we're actually going to hang out here for about a minute. Closing the eyes, just relax your shoulders. And try to breathe nice and deeply in toward your belly. Reaching for the insteps or outsteps of the feet. Go a little deeper now. We're coming into a happy baby. Once again, you're here for about a minute and a half. With time, we really want that lower back to fully make its way down, resting on the mat. And if you want to add slight rocks, massaging through the lower back on every rock. Good, just a couple more breaths here. Hugging the knees back into the chest. Inhale your forehead up to touch the knees. Exhale, relax your head back down. Do that again. Inhale the forehead up to touch the knees. Exhale, relax the head back down. extending the legs to the opposite end of your mat, reaching the arms the same direction that the top of the mat is, or that the head is pointing, and just try to find a yawn, a full body stretch. Cactus out the elbows, bending at the knees. Windshield wiper the knees from side to side, whether it's half set or full range of motion where the knees are reaching down to close or maybe all the way touching the mat. Good. If there's any other postures that you'd like to come into, you can go explore those now. For those that are coming into another add-on, you've got about a minute to a minute and a half. Fleshing out the body in any kind of way, exploring any other posture if you're still lying down on the back. And then we're going to make our way into that child's pose. So take your time, you've got a good minute and a half here.